Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy Heroes video and to a brand new episode of Grand Arena 3v3. Just before we jump in quickly, I am still running my giveaway, so if you'd like to enter that, the details are down in the description down below. But we'll just jump straight into this round, and my opponent today is Lucinian, and they are from the guild NR Mortis. NR might be Norway, maybe, I don't know. But they have 11.4 million GP, so a million more GP than me. So this should be a very interesting fight. So they do have some very interesting teams on defense. So we'll just jump straight into it. So as you can see with the board, we're doing another early one again. And there are some interesting teams you can see in the preview, especially the Trench in the north. That is a Trench Cron team. So we're going to come to that a bit later on. I will show you the teams in the north just so you can see what I have to face. Obviously, we'll go over them individually when we get to that point. But this is what we have. Nothing too crazy in terms of Datacrons. Most of the stuff that do have the higher Datacrons should be manageable, and then we can use some fairly standard counters versus the non-Datacron teams. But we are going to start off in the south like we could normally do, and if it loads we have a Jabba to face, and luckily the only Galactic Legend on this wall, and then there's an interesting Moff Gideon team at the bottom with Dark Trooper and Range, a Nest Cron, a Sortie Cron, and a Gas team. So I think we're going to start off with this Relic 9 Cartel team and jump straight into it. So first up, like I mentioned, we're going to be taking on the Jabba, and we are going to be taking JMK CAT and GK again. It is a full Relic 9 team, but luckily the Datacron isn't too crazy in that they don't have any extra armor or health. But we'll see the high relics are still going to cause a bit of an issue, because obviously my CAT and things are only Relic 5 and Jedi Master Kenobi is only Relic 7. So there should be probably a drawn out fight just trying to get rid of Boushh. We are going to get rid of Chrysanthemum as soon as we can. But I am taking a level 6 Datacron myself to try and compensate the lack of relic levels on my side, with a bit of extra tenacity, armor penetration, resistance armor, and things, which I think is exactly the same Datacron that I took last time. We've been fighting on Tatooine. I think I've got the, well, I suppose Kenobi was on Tatooine as well, so I can't really say home advantage to Jabba. But hello there, obviously, to Cat. Now we just get rid of Chrysanthemum once. A lot easier to deal with Chrysanthemum when he's just got one life effectively, even though you kind of waste a leap, but it's not really a waste because you're essentially stopping Jabba for getting ultimate. That's just basic here. Should be able to call Kenobi into assist. And now we can do another middle special on myself. More ultimate charge. Bit of annoying with the blind, but that's fine. I can do hello there onto Cat again. Now we should be able to have full ultimate. Fast turn over to Kenobi again. Now we go to full ult. And we can just delete Boushh, I think. Don't know if it's worth going for. I'm just going to keep going after Chrysanthemum. He's going to get in the way as soon as high ground falls off anyway. Call on Cat for the extra leap damage. Not going to give the leap yet. I'm going to save that for Jabba because Chrysanthemum's almost dead. And then hopefully we can just put this on full auto now. Nice big hit there. Oh, ultimate save there. And goodbye Jabba for a 66 to start. Next up, I'm taking quite a risky counter in that I don't really trust my Lord Vader to do anything worthwhile. But apparently Lord Vader can solo gas teams this phase. Or this set of Datacrons, obviously because of the Dotcron, I imagine. And especially against gas, Rex, and Fives. They have no way of dispelling it. The only problem I can really see is that they might just ramp up so much because of the protection up dispelling, or expiring, I should say, that they might do a fair significant amount of damage, considering they are obviously very high relics and they have a very good Datacron on them as well, which is this, a level 8 Datacron with, you can see those stats, I think. Yeah, 46% potency, so Daze and Armor Shred, or Armor Shred's going to land, but Daze is most important thing, and speed down is going to be really annoying from Fives. Obviously extra armor and things. Luckily nothing too crazy in terms of extra protection, so hopefully getting gas to sit down should be relatively straightforward, I'm hoping, and then we just need to build up. I think I'm probably just going to put this on full auto, to be honest. I don't really know what I can do about banners with the solo, especially with LV. This is a Datacron I'm taking. As I mentioned, level 3 with the damage over times, gaining protection up, stacking, extra health steal, crit avoidance, and accuracy. Oh, where are the younglings? Right, let's put this on full auto, I think. I don't know if there's really anything I could do.
Just gonna come down to time. Not doing any damage to him though. He should be for loads and I'm just ticking him. I'm gonna manually target Fives when gas is down there. Let's sit down. Should do. Oh, we got attack pass anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. Skywalker v Skywalker.
Hey, for a 59. Wow. Now we're going to move on to the level 9 Cron teams. So the first one we're going to go up against is the BAM, Nest, and Kuiil. This is the Nest Cron. I'll quickly show you that. I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem, especially for Traya's Omicron. They do have a lot of extra potency though. That could be a bit annoying with like healing immunity and shocks and stuns and things. But luckily we can dispel that from Traya's unique. And then we are obviously taking Nihilus lead. I've decided just to give Nihilus lead a go, see how we get on here. I do feel like we should be able to get more banners this way, obviously because we just have health rather than just a protection pool. And if we can have enough health steal from the lead, we should be able to end with 100% health is what I'm aiming for. So this should be a 57 banner win, assuming everything goes okay. I'm actually going to isolate BAM here. Now we can drain. That was quite a lot more damage than I was expecting. Not gonna lie. Should have an Annihilate though, ready. Yep, goodbye Nest. Let's trigger the bonus turn. Oh, we didn't trigger it, never mind. Did there though. Drain again, that might kill Kuiil. No, not unfortunately not. Come on, Nihilus, we need you to heal up. Mm, 56, I'll take that. Better than what it would have been if we'd taken Traya lead, of course. We would probably only got 55 maximum there. And now for the second level 9 Cron on this wall, we're facing the Sortie R2 and IG11 team, which does obviously have the Sortie Datacron. Again, nothing too crazy apart from the armor. It's going to be really annoying. But luckily we do mainly special damage with Bad Batch, which is what we're taking. They do have a fair amount of resistance as well. To be honest, I didn't really see that at the bottom. But Bad Batch should be okay because we have the control that we need, debuffs and things to actually land here. So this is the Datacron I am taking. Nothing crazy. I think it's the same I took last time. Tenacity up on level 3, extra resistance, and then the potency is the main thing here. Right, now we do twist. Then stuns. You get stun on RG11 though, that's really annoying. Right, pass the turn over to tech. Right, dispel that taunt, please. Okay, good. I think R2 might... no, we need to kill Zorii, really. This might kill Zorii here. There we go. Yeah, a bad batch about Zorii and how Kron doesn't seem to do particularly well. Especially when Bad Batch's main use against Qui-Gon Jinn, you can just take something else against them now, especially in 3s at least. In 5s, it's maybe not so easy to avoid using Bad Batch against them, but depending on how fast they are, that is. Yeah, got stun there, nice. And then we will throw the bomb out to hopefully finish. There we go. For a 57. And last but not least for this South Wall, we have a Trooper v Trooper fight. So this is a Moff, Dark Trooper and Range Trooper team. No Zeta on Dark Trooper. And there's a missing Zeta from Moff as well, which is on the second special, which I don't know what exactly the Zeta adds to that second special. But we are taking Veers, Piett and Dark Trooper, and we are taking a level 3 Datacron just to boost our damage a little bit by having that extra armor penetration for Dark Trooper, or my Dark Trooper. But we should start here because I think the Moff Gideon is 350 and my Piett should be 340 something, and then you get 20 plus 349 and then 20 from Veers' lead. Right, we need to kill. Go for Moff first, or do we go for range? Let's just go for Moff first. I don't think there's too much to say in this one. 57 banners there. So quick board update for you. We are onto the South backcourt, and it was kind of what I was expecting really. The front wall makes a lot more sense now. And at the backcourt, it was a trap in terms of a lot tougher teams on here. We do have a Rey team, a Cere Jinder team. I've never faced a Cere Jinder ever with the Ahsoka Tana Fulcrum Datacron, whatever that does. We have a Rey, Ben Solo, and Cal Kestis with a level 9 Datacron for Cal. A Aphra team, so we're just going to use Hux against that. That'd be pretty straightforward, I think. A Sana team, that should be relatively straightforward as well, I'm hoping. And then a Malgus team, which hopefully we can just use whatever leftover Galactic Legend we have, assuming that we don't need to use all of them on the rest of the board. So we are going to start off on the Rey team. I think you know what I'm going to be using there. So as you know, we're going to be taking Palpatine, Mara, and Starkiller versus the Rey. This is a Cal Kestis Kron, which I've never faced ever in my life, so I have no idea whether this is going to do well at all or not. We do have some pretty nasty stats in there, especially that crit damage is going to be really annoying with the Ben Solo that does have all 3 Omicrons and also the Relic 8 as well. They do have some pretty nice stats on the Datacron itself. And then this thing with the level 9, I'm not really too sure how this is actually going to play out in terms of whether this stun will actually land, because Starkiller's unique stipulates that he cut his team is immune to daze and stun, assuming that you have met the criteria to run the team. But with the level 9, I'm just interested to see how that interacts and whether that actually applies. I'm really hoping it doesn't, because if it does, we might be a bit buggered. But yeah, I am taking my Marocron, of course, which is this. I won't show you the go over it. You can just have a look here, and we'll jump straight into it. Yeah, we need to stun Ben first. Get all that crit damage immunity. Now, do I want to... Let's daze Rey, slow her down a little bit. That works. All right, that's basic Cal. Kind of feel like we need to basic here. But then also don't want you to go under the threshold for Whirlwind is the only thing. We'll do this. Throw the stun out. Then we'll try stagger. Let's go after Cal. Go after Cal, yeah. See, I'm going to bring it down here because I want the stun on Ben. Because I don't want him taking a turn and putting heal immunity on me, because that will really hurt. It'd be really annoying. So we just need to let Rey take a turn now, basically. Try stun Ben again. Come on, Rey, take a turn, please. Okay. I'll throw this out. That might kill Ben. Unfortunately, didn't. This might. There we go. Okay, right, Rey's dead. And so is Cal for a 54. So not great balance there, but I'm pretty pleased that we got a win there. That's the main thing to take into consideration. Like before in my previous, I think it might be in my previous video actually, I'm going to just use Hux against the Aphra team. There is no Aphracron or any Datacron to go with the Aphra. We are taking a level 3 Datacron, which is the same one I took last time, I think. Stacking offense with buffs, extra accuracy, and crit damage. So hopefully we can just delete Aphra off the bat. There we go. Kill BT maybe? No, of course not. Ooh, I thought that was going to hurt. I'd pass turn to First Lord TIE Pilot and we can hopefully kill BT. We do. Brilliant. There we go for 55 banners. For the sake of this fight against Cere that I've never faced ever before in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes history, with the Ahsoka, Tano, Fulcrum, Datacron, we are going to be taking a Kylo triplet team. So Kylo Ren is literally useless here, as in like the OG one. Crew and SLKR are going to be pretty useful in terms of this fight, but I just thought for the hell of it, why not just take all the Kylos in a 3v3 fight against this Datacron, which looks pretty nasty, to be honest. This is the whole reason why I'm taking a Galactic Legend here, because I don't really want to risk any non-Galactic Legend counters, especially when I have some to spare, considering that we shouldn't need to use any of the North Zone. So this is what the Datacron has on it. Luckily, nothing too crazy in terms of actual survivability other than a bit of protection and health steal. But with the Datacron that we have selected for, obviously, Kylo, I'm now referring as my Kylo-cron, even though it's going to be probably built out and used for someone else, but for the moment it's for Kylo, dealing 100% more damage when they has full health and protection, so he should get some decent hits in, or should be able to maybe one-shot someone at the beginning, especially with 55% extra crit damage, extra health steal, and protection. So I kind of feel we just want to like go for Cere right at the beginning here. Poke. Wait, was that 188k and it didn't even get below 100% protection? Wow. I know you shouldn't do this for the middle because it boosts turn meter, but for the sake of just clearing that force, I'm actually just going to do it and boost turn meter so I actually get another go. And yeah, very easy for 57. Well, I mean, it's going to be easy. It's Galactic Legend. And now for the Malgus fight in the south, which is a Relic 9 Malgus with all 3 Omicrons again. Darth Revan and Bastilla. Luckily, no Datacron for us to face. So we're going to be taking C and Watt with a level 3 Datacron, which is just to boost the health and give a bit of extra tenacity for C. So she'll take over to Sith Eternal, and then we link up Malgus and Darth Revan, I think, is going to be my plan here. I have to wait for the leap, which is fine. Get some to see from the board, which we do. That's brilliant. I recover our protection. I can't. There's no point anyway. We're almost full protection anyway. Basic again. Sends the doubt off of what? Basic. Basic. Again. We've got full ult, and then he's going to leap me and increase my cooldowns. But it's fine. Just delays the inevitable, basically. Was swimming on my head then. I suppose it's a full auto. Because it's going to be a tickle fight now. Nicely done for a 56. Now we have another unfamiliar counter with me using Aphra versus Trench. This is a Relic 9 Trench with a Trench Con, of course, which has a very nice bunch of bonuses. The stats aren't too impressive though. 61% accuracy. I mean, if they miss, that's pretty embarrassing. That's if they well, they will get a turn, I imagine, because they do get a lot of turn meter and things, especially Trench. But hopefully with Aphra we should be able to just kill Dooku fairly early on. That's what my plan is before he does his stealth. But that'll really just depend on how the opening goes, which I'm not really too sure about. We do have a level 9 Datacron myself, which is my Kestis Cron, which just has extra accuracy. So if I miss as well, that'd be pretty embarrassing. Extra 24% crit damage as well for obviously damage output. Crit avoidance is going to be really nice as well, and health steal for banner purposes. Let's target Trench first, and then we can increase everyone's cooldowns, hopefully. But do I want to torture? I want to torture Trench, to be honest. Let's get burning. Wow. Okay, I was not expecting that amount of damage. I'm actually going to do middle here for an assist. No, we're going to miss a banner. Damn it, Nute. Why'd you do that? Well, 56 though. Yeah, Trench. What the hell, man? Another familiar counter that you may have seen on my channel before, we're taking Nute B1 and Jango with Jango Crying against this Qui-Gon Jinn team. The only slight difference is that there is a General Kenobi in there. So I'm not really too sure how that'll play out. I guess that's probably just to protect General Anakin. But this is the Datacron I have for Jango. Some pretty nice stats in there. And the main thing here is obviously the 100% more damage on the level 6. Let's put Extortion onto General Anakin, then rocket him. Okay, Jango. Okay. Let's just increase Anakin's cooldowns. Okay, well, that doesn't matter apparently. So this is where it's going to get a bit annoying. Gonna have to rely on Jango to go round. Come on, Jango, please. You just died to the burning. I'm pretty sure it just died to the burning. I mean, not gonna complain too much. I need to storm, just go basic. Right, this is the only time. Right, I could do burning here because that shouldn't kill him. Okay. What the hell, man? Why'd you take so much health away? You're a tank. Be a tank. Okay, well, that was a bit annoying, but decent banners in the end. Going to use the last of our Galactic Legends here against the Finn, Poe, and Zorii team with the Zorii Cron. Slightly worried about this team, and not too worried in the sense that it's not really the optimal team for Zorii. I feel like both Finn's and Zorii's probably the best threes team, but I might be proven wrong in a minute. But they do have a Zorii Cron, of course, with some pretty nice stats. Obviously, Retribution is going to be pretty annoying on the level 6, and then Zorii herself has a very good relic level 9, and then they have a bunch of really nice stats in the actual Datacron, apart from the resistance, but 95% potency is pretty bonkers considering that Zorii further boosts that by an extra 100%, I want to say. There's some like stipulation or setup for how that actually applies though, but I know that she definitely gives more potency. 30% health and 80% armor, extra tenacity and resistance. This is the reason why I'm taking JML here, who does have my Ben Solo Cron, which has the extra protection I'm going to need for the lead special from JML's lead special, extra accuracy, some nice crit damage and health steal, and then stacking offense as well. Because I don't know if I actually want to do an F-Lux here because I don't want all those counters, so I'm actually going to do lead special first. I'll stun everyone. I get buffs over to Luke. Now we'll do F-Lux. Here we go. Nice buff immunity there, which is great. And then hopefully finish for 57. Good. Nothing too crazy to talk about here. Pretty standard counter, especially with Dotcon now. Iden might be a bit annoying because of all that extra damage he's going to do at Relic 8. And he got Starck and Shore Trooper here as well. And we are taking obviously Wampa with the level 6 Cron, which is the protection up, like I mentioned, from dots. Nice bit of extra crit damage as well for some more offense, crit avoidance, and some extra protection. Okay, you took turns very quickly. How fast is this Iden? I don't know what it is about Iden, EA games recently. They've been adding a lot of people with small droids as companions. We've got Iden there from obviously Star Wars Battlefront 2, who added a small droid as a companion, and then EA released Jedi Fallen Order and now Survivor with BD1, who's my profile icon, who is also a very small droid. Oh, why did you have to cleanse now?
What did you have to miss? There we go. That was painful. Starck's got some glowing buffs up in there that aren't really there, but slightly invisible. Okay, well, we'll just auto this.
There we go, for 58. Going to briefly move down to the south wall and finish off this back wall here with the Sana team that we've got left over. We are going to be taking Gidme, which is obviously Padme and Gideon. And then this time I'm taking Ahsoka Tano as the middle unit, I suppose, because we do need that dispel on the basic, which should hopefully help. And then we might get an assist, which might just one-shot someone anyway. They do have a level 8 Datacon themselves, with some pretty nice stats on the side. Extra health, tenacity, a decent amount of tenacity as well as some potency. And then my Datacon myself, I'm taking one that just mainly had health, obviously for more help with protection up, extra tenacity, health, armor, and potency. Okay, so got to do that, and then we kick ROLO, and that did absolutely nothing. Okay. Come on. Okay, that's fine. I think obviously while the dispel helps, if I had Shakti available, she would have been a better option because she is a support character, so she would have got all that protection up from Gideon. Get some daisies, we do. There we go. Not going to be great banners, I don't think. 55. Yeah. And last but not least for the ground zone, we have a Dash team, which is a Relic 9 Dash, so quite intimidating to go up against with a L3 and Vandor. Of course, with a level 8 Datacron, with some really nice stats. Actually, 50% health is pretty nuts, especially to help with the survivability of Vandor. And then whenever they deal a debuff, they're going to do 2% max health damage, which is going to be quite devastating on Dash's AoE, and recovering 50% protection if they inflict 5 debuffs a turn, which is actually possible with Dash's AoE again. And then the potency is also going to help with inflicting those debuffs, so it's pretty nasty. Extra armor penetration as well. So we are taking my last level 9 Datacron that I have available, which is this. Recovering health protection with buffs, extra tenacity to obviously try and stop those debuffs from happening, 51% potency to help with landing stuns and terminate removals and things, and some armor, of course, obviously to help with the survivability against this team. So we are going to have to mark down and try and kill Vandor as soon as possible. We're going to jump and steal those buffs and then spread. That wasn't that bad, actually. Just do a cleanse here. Don't want that daze on us. Good jump. Come on. Okay, he's out here. Now we can mark Dash and kill him. That's just basic here. It's a bit annoying to jump. Basic again to get the offense buffs up. Then we can switch turns to Ramasuda, spread the buffs now. Try and recover some protection where we can. That tenacity up was a bit annoying. Can't really do anything here. Can mark, it's not going to stun, but stop her getting tenacity up again. I was lucky she... Well, we got a dodge there, what I'm trying to say. Do a jump, then we can call Revenant to assist. In terms of you, basic. Bugger. Hopefully full banners here. Luckily, we have nothing too crazy on the fleet zone compared to what we had in the last round. We do have an executor face, of course, with the attacking lineup, which we are hopefully going to deal with again with Profundity. And then we have a Radis and Negotiator fleets. But as always, we're just going to start off with the executor and hopefully get this one out of the way first. Obviously, my opponent's pilots are going to be very good, obviously, with the amount of high relics they have. Let's go basic here. Thought I was going to risk an AoE, but I didn't really want to. Oh. Oh. Luckily, no double tap from CAD there. We got really lucky. Let's just basic here. Call in Phantom. Bit annoying we didn't kill CAD there. Hopefully we should have an AoE with Falcon to do that. We can do it now. There we go. I'll call in Ghost. All those assists, what the hell's going on? Of course, as I say it, I don't get any. Just basic. Steal Executor here. It is called Executor, right? Because with the Executor and stuff like that, I've said that before as well, but because Executor sounds right, but Executor is what it looks like. I think I've been saying it wrong this whole time. Maybe, I don't know. Someone have to let me know down in the comments what is actually the correct pronunciation. No, can't even pronunciate pronunciation. There you go. It's all in on Anakin. That's a fast negotiator. Okay, I'm slightly worried now. Seal up CAD here. I don't want him dying. Of course it's blow. It's fine. There goes Anakin. Ah, come on. Where's the 2-tap? Where's the kill I meant? Not 2-tap. We actually got the 2-tap. Hopefully this AoE might kill Ahsoka off though. It does. That's brilliant. This AoE might actually finish the battle, maybe. 74, wow, okay. And last but not least for this grand arena, we have Tarkin versus this Hordo fleet. So we'll do Foresight. Basic. Now, I don't want to dispel all those buffs because I know what happened last time. Now I'll dispel all the buffs. So we get all that extra offense, which is good. Wow, 174k. Let's heal up Scythe. Now it gets burning on the board. It's a shame the summon TIE fighters don't actually do any damage, even with all those formation stacks. Heal it myself. Basic here, I guess. And that should be a 73. So very good fight. I generally think we might have beaten my score that I got last round, which was 2064, which I was actually thinking was probably my highest. What is going on? Why am I playing so well? What is happening? This should not be happening. This is nuts. I mean, it definitely helped that I lost. Well, it didn't actually help me, but I guess the 2 losses from the first week meant I dropped quite a bit. So we actually got a decent matchup against some, well, I would say even sides, but it's definitely helped with us not coming up against people that have a crazy amount of armor datacrons that we were facing in the first week of 3v3, which is obviously what my downfall was in terms of clean wins and probably strategy choices and things. Just in a better run of form, which is quite nice. But anyway, we shall wait and see what my opponent does, and I shall see you in a bit. So I'm back later on, as you can see, and unfortunately for my opponent, they didn't manage to get the win here. They still got a very good score though. 2032 is still a great score. Unfortunately, they did just drop a fight against my boss team in the back. In fact, they actually dropped 2. So that was where it all went wrong, really. Unfortunately, as soon as you drop a fight against a score of like 2073, you can't. It's really, well, I don't know whether it's actually possible to get those banners back, actually. Obviously, once you lose 20 banners. So I don't know whether it goes down banners-wise after the second fight. I think it might be 30. So potentially we still could have won even with a full clear, just because we would have won on efficiency. But I don't really know how banners work after you lose that initial fight. I'm pretty sure it's just 20 and then maybe an extra 10 after that. But that is going to be the end of this round. Obviously, super score from me, and hopefully we can continue this run of form into the final of this week. So if you have enjoyed this video, obviously a like and comment is always much appreciated, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, and I shall catch you in the next one.